Okay.
Yeah. So Propain, man, what's been going on with you lately?
Man, grind, just working, man, trying to expand the brand, push the music, you know what I'm saying? Just continuously working, trying to just keep it going.
Right.
Get bigger and bigger, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Personally, I thought he was probably like one of the most underrated rappers in Houston. They don't never get the full props that you deserve. I mean, you get props, but I don't think they give you enough praise for the work that you do in the albums and the mixtapes that you do drop. That they all good. I mean, not even say even good. Great, great mixtapes, great albums. Seven Day Theory, great album.
Man, appreciate it. I think, man, that's something I hear a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Throughout my career, and I just think at this point, you know what I'm saying? I take it all in for. It's still an honor for people to feel like, you know, I'm underrated from where I'm at. But I just look at it like, man, it's just a building process. Like, I look at everybody's career different, and I think like what I got going on, I really do honestly feel like I put out exceptional music, but I feel like I'm also building a resume. So the people who already been on me, they know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? We gain new fans every time we go. I just think when we get to that point, or whatever that so-called point is, that we feel like that we're trying to get, I feel like I'm the type of artist, if I get there, when I get there, I'm going to stay there because I'm not really doing nothing different. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, putting all the focus in the music and trying to make the best music possible. So, of course, I always feel like, you know what I'm saying, at this point, I should be way bigger, or you may see some artists who, you know what I'm saying, in a different plateau. But I just feel like, man, we all got different career paths, and some of my favorite artists, the Jay-Z's, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them didn't get to where they was trying to go until, I'm not going to even say a later stage in their career, because we really don't have a timeline of, you know what I'm saying, when you supposed to make it or whatever. But like a dude like Jay-Z was in the game, he was doing it from 18 to 28 before he really just cracked in. So I don't know, man. But it's something I hear a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I feel the same way too, though, but it's just, I always look at it like, could be worse, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
Right. Well, you know, I kind of feel the same way about our platform. You know, we don't get, I don't think we get all the props that we do, because, you know, we, except for my brother, me and him, we live in Shreveport, but we're from Longview.
Oh, okay.
Me and him from Longview.
Oh, that's what's up, yeah.
And so, you know, we put on a lot of artists that a lot of platforms probably wouldn't even touch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, it is what it is, but I don't really do it to just get props. You know, I do it because it needs to be done. And then, and then, you know, I feel like we get rewarded on the back end.
Yeah, most
definitely.
definitely.
If you put the grind in and everything.
Definitely. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, the grind never gonna go unrewarded, regardless. It may not come when we think it's gonna come, but like you said, I mean, me personally, what made me really want to go out my way to make sure I did this was the consistency and how y'all was persistent, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Like, that go a long way, you know what I'm saying? That's how I knew. These boys official, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hit you quite a few times. I'm like, you know, eventually he'll do it and not do it. Yeah. I'm like, worst thing you say is no. Yeah. we you know, we keep it pushing, but I feel like that, you know, we want to give you props in person. Yeah. You know, versus just posting. I've been seeing y'all showing a lot of love too, man. That's much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like, much appreciated. So, hey man, you know, you still a Lobo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we gotta stick together. Most definitely.
I know one thing I was thinking about when I was listening to your music. The storytelling is always, I feel like, one of your strongest suits, right? Your storytelling. Yeah. I feel like when I listen to your albums and your mixtapes, like it flows. Right. And then on top of that, I feel like you do a good job. I want to know, when you do samples, you do a good amount of samples. I feel like all your samples be so dope, and then they mix with the beat so well. How do you go about finding your samples and finding out what beats work with you?
Well, the beat making process, well, a lot of times, a lot of those samples, I really like to sample music that I really love. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be some shit I just heard my mama playing throughout the house, family, uncles, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come from a musical family, so that's all we heard was music. So it'll always be a song that it's embedded in my head, and I always want to touch it, and I give it to the producer or whatever. And then sometimes the producers I work with, especially a dude named Donnie Houston, who's like, we came up together. He a music head just like me. Long before this was anything, we was in middle school, like making tapes on karaoke machines and shit like that. So he a music head himself. So he coming from a music family, so a lot of times he'll bring it to me already, and it'll already be like some dope ass sample or something like that. But I'm very, very selective with my beats, so it got to be something that really touches me. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like, and this is just my formula. Mm-hmm. If I don't like it, if I don't love it, how can I expect y'all to love it? You know what I'm saying? So, but long before anybody hear any of my music, and my closest friends will tell you when I'm sending them something, like, I'm already crazy about it before you hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if that sample or something don't resonate with me, or I don't feel something from it, then I don't even really want to touch it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of how I go about that whole process with beats.
And you can feel it in the music though, because if you're a music fan and you really trying to really listen to the music, you can listen to it when somebody really wasn't feeling that beat. You can hear it in their things, I can hear it in your music, like
most definitely.
He feeling passionate about this.
Most definitely, and that's kind of been like a gift and a curse in my career because when you like that, you're not able to produce at a level that the masses want you to produce it, and what I mean by that is we live in the microwave era right now, and it's here today, gone tomorrow. Oh, you just put out March. What you got now? You know what I'm saying? It ain't like how it used to be where you could sit with something for a year. So right. You know what I'm saying? And what people don't understand, like when I'm making them projects, like I'm devoting everything that I got completely. Like I have no more to give you while I'm working on that. And so with that being said, it's a process of finding the right sounds, and because I want it to be, every song you hear, I want it to feel personal. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be. So with that being said, you gotta, it's a lot of, I gotta hear way more beats than I do like in order to get that song. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, it's a gift and a curse because we live in a time right now where, man, they want it. You know, I'm pretty much used to putting out a project and maneuvering that whole project for the whole year, whether it be me doing my touring off of it, whether it just be hitting different markets, getting them on it. It's like now we in the time now where you got to do that, but that same year you got to give us something else. You know what I'm saying? So we already having to gear up, which ain't no problem. I mean, I always been one who everything a challenge, and I love to adapt to what it is. And sometimes this may have been the missing component to why we sitting here saying, oh, Propain underrated or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it may just be, putting out multiple projects in a year. So we really about to see what's going on with that. But the prior to that, I feel like that's kind of been a gift and a curse because it's like out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I feel like when you make music of my magnitude, you're able to sit with it. I feel like you can still listen to 7 Day Theory right now and still get that feeling, opposed to some music we listen to, after a week or two, we done with it. It's like, because it sound like what everything else we heard. It may be jamming when we hear it, and I think those are the artists who you kind of have to keep putting out music. You got to. And ain't nothing wrong with this. Whatever works for whoever. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, like I said, that's kind of been like the thing that's put the music here, but kind of left me a little stagnant sometimes as far as just like in career.
Well, you don't make gimmicky music. Like you said, the gimmicky music, you got to study, put stuff out, because once that little wave is gone, that's it. You know, it's not relevant no more. Versus your album, you can put it on. I mean, we still listen to what's that, Riding Slab? We would listen to it like on the way. Yeah, so
that's crazy.
So man, it's still relevant today. Now, I was listening to 7 Day Theory. I've listened to it quite a few times. I know in the outro you was explaining the story where you was asleep and the devil was giving you a message, and God woke you up. And I don't know exactly about detail, but he gave you a different message. And you end up getting with XO and putting out the album in a week. In 7 days. So describe that whole process, and I know that probably isn't normal for you to put out an album in a week of that quality at that.
Well, see, this is the backstory on that, and I just got to give y'all the real. The skeleton of the album was complete in 7 days, and what I mean by that is we did the songs in 7 days. What ended up happening is a hurricane came, and the hurricane kind of, not only did it push us back, we lost a lot of the music. You know what I'm saying? So we had to recreate all those songs. Maybe I think 1 or 2 we never got back. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't find the files for them. It was like, it was crazy. Even it's crazy that outro. I mean, but people who really not into record music, they don't understand it. They don't care about that. But we lost the session to that, so that song wasn't even gonna come out. Like, it wasn't gonna come out because that's like basically me rapping over a YouTube beat. Like me just taking something and rapping over it. And what I mean by that is we didn't really have the session to that beat to fix whatever we wanted. It was like, man, this is all we got now. We got an MP3 that was in my email with the beat on there. It already had XO recorded on there. It was like, we can either finish it like this or we ain't gonna put it out. And we wasn't gonna put it out, and everybody was like, nah, hell nah. You gotta put that one out, you know what I'm saying? So we re-recorded that one, and that's when I ended up talking about it and putting everything on there. But yeah, that process, it was a stressful one, you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
XO is a music head like me also. That dude like super talented, and but it was stressful because we both wanted to be great, but at the same time, man, it was dope, and I learned out a lot about myself. I never knew I could record music that fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person. I like to hear it. I like to live with it. I like to sit with it. I like to ride with it. I like to just, all right, Stu, I'm gonna really go with it. And he not like that. If I make this beat right now, you gonna record it right now, and we gonna go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think the first song we did was like Worth It. Then we did like Snakes. Snakes was done like right there. Like we just did it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, but at the same time, I ain't really used to doing that, so it was dope because it was a whole new experience. And I was like, I always felt like in order for me to give the best quality and continue making timeless music, I got to take my time with it. And he kind of showed me like, nah, that's just who you is as an artist. You know what I'm saying? No matter how long you take with it, you're not gonna put out no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just do it. And from there, like, it was dope. And that's why I think I'm able to continue to put music out this year. And I want to continue to put music out. We got a part 2 coming, and it's just like, that was dope. That whole little 7-day thing, it was like life changing. Yeah.
I was just gonna piggyback what you're saying when it comes to the content, man. I feel like, you know, no matter if the content is good, no matter when they're gonna pick it up, they might not hear it today, but I know somebody go back and listen to this interview, and go back and listen to Ryan Slab, and then they pick that up. Next thing you know, they don't listen to all your projects on top of that. I think a lot of times, like you're saying, not living in that microwave. I think a lot of times people getting caught up on the the amount that you put out instead of the quality. They put the quantity instead of that. But that's watering down the music on top of it.
Man, trust me, I've been preaching this for who knows how long. I'm not a fan of even my favorite artists, like the artists that I love, I don't want to hear you multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Too much. Like I want to sit with what you got, because I'm from a era where my favorite song this month may not be my favorite song next month. And you know what I'm saying? Continuously, and I want to hear you drop the video and the single and all this, and it's just weird, man. But at the same time, this rap game is survival of the fittest. So it's like I can sit back and I can be the one who, man, I don't think this. And what happened with them type of people is, it ain't got nothing to do with age. It just got to do with your placement in the game. You become the old dude and you become the bitter dude. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to adapt. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to test out 808s. You know what I'm saying? Because nah, man, that ain't how we came to doing it. Or you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Put this in your music. Sometimes it's just all about experimenting, man. And the greatest do it. The greatest artists do it. You look at it. I'm talking about dating back to even like the Michael Jacksons and the Rick James and the Prince. You gotta evolve. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move with the times. There's nothing wrong with it. You still keep your originality, and you still keep what makes you you. But in order to evolve, and in order to keep getting new fans, because you gotta think, for instance, let's go with Ryan Slab. Ryan Slab came out 5 years ago. It's somebody right now who is a diehard Propain fan because they heard 7-Day Theory, and they may be like 17, you know what I'm saying? But it was 12 when Ryan Slab came out. They probably don't even know nothing about that, you know what I'm saying? And all that comes from evolving. You gotta continuously evolve. We gotta continuously touch everybody. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I'm only gonna do it if I like it though. Like I'm never ever gonna put out nothing that I don't feel like is me and it ain't dope. But at the same time, it don't hurt us to like try new stuff. And for instance, with 7-Day Theory, I mean, if it was up to me, I'm not putting out no project. I'm not even recording no project in 7 days. You know what I'm saying? I can't even digest if I really like it in 7 days. But I mean, we did it, and Shit, it came out dope.
What has it been like to work with some of the Houston legends like Slim and Kiki and Zero?
Man, I've been doing it for a while now, and to this day, like I was just at Zero crib. He got a studio in his crib maybe like a week ago, and we already working on like a project together. Which to him, he got so much respect for me, but like you don't really understand. Like, dude, I was like in middle school,
right?
Like, sitting in my room, fake depressed, thinking I'm you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. With Kiki, all them, like, it's a genuine love that they have for me, and I don't never take it for granted because I sit back and I look at every artist, and it ain't too many artists from where we from that can really say all the OGs embrace them. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
Like Kiki was the first dude to call me when I just when I posted I had the Rick dudes away in Japan. You know what I'm saying? And hit me up, and man, it's genuine, man. Like I can't, to this day I don't. It ain't really like, I don't see how everybody else see it. I'm still fans of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether they calling me like, yo man, come through, I want you to work on a new song with me for the album. This is like, damn, still, even though that's my partner, like I be going to his crib and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, getting on the podcast with him and all that stuff.
It's like really my homeboy, you know what I'm saying? But this dude just had his 20th anniversary, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's monumental, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and you gotta think, for you to have been doing this for 20 years, bro, I was a baby when y'all was, you know what I'm saying, really doing this. So it's like, that's crazy to me. So to them, they ain't seeing it like that. They just seeing a rapper, you know, he cold, he doing this thing. They feel like, a lot of them always tell me, they feel like I embrace what Houston really is about in my music, and that's why they kind of stand behind me and ride for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just be like, y'all are Houston, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what y'all was doing. Like, I was really like a kid jamming y'all, so it's just dope, man. And I always try to involve them in whatever I'm doing. Like, I never want to put out a project, don't just got one OG on there ripping, like, you know what I'm saying? I think I want to do that forever. I really haven't put out a project out of my last 4 or 5 albums that didn't have Slim Thug on there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just kind of built that relationship with each other where everything we do, I feel like it's super dope, you know what I'm saying? He feel like I bring something out of him whenever we do the music together. Zero say the same thing. Zero say, like, you the only rapper that really challenged me to take it to another level. You know what I'm saying?
That's big, yeah.
That's real big.
And that's dope, you know what I'm saying? For them to say that, man, that's, like, I don't know, man, that mean a lot to me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and I'm just doing, at the end of the day, really, I'm just trying to, like, keep up with y'all when we doing music together, but they feel like, you know what I'm saying, Zero done told me, like, I know I gotta come with him when I'm on the song with you. And that's crazy. I'm like, you Zero, I gotta come with
you. He always come with it, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's because we fans, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know me as an artist, if I'm looking at something differently, even with like an artist that I'm cool with, a younger artist or something that I embrace, I get it. I get exactly what he's saying, but it's just, you Zero, bro. You like, you the, arguably the greatest that ever come out to the city, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's just dope, man. It ain't nothing that I don't take it for granted at all, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
But it's crazy that you say about the like your style. I feel like you do still have a certain style that is more that old Houston rap, and I think that's a style that's nice to be tapped in, especially with the new up and coming rappers in Houston. You know, just the rappers that's on now. It's a different wave and a different sound in Houston rap right now. So, but I still think it's cool that you still embrace it old school. But how do you feel like you know, you move in with the other wave of Houston?
Right.
How do you think your sound move in with that?
Man, I always feel like I'm a pretty versatile artist. So I really don't, whenever I'm doing music with new artists, for instance, we can look at it against all odds. I may have a song with Zero or Slim Thug with them, but I turn around and have a song with Sauce Walker or what, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of him, like, that's one of the dudes that I kind of embraced before people really knew who he was. I had him come to my studio recording. All his earlier shit he recorded in my studio, and that was like something that I felt it was gonna blow up before it did, but at the same time, that's a different sound of what we used to. But to me, if something jamming is jamming, you know what I'm saying? So I've never hesitated to want to get on music with him, and I feel like the stuff we made been super dope. Is everything different. That's just like if you go to the Bay or something, it's gonna sound different, but what's jamming is jamming, no matter where it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think a good artist can get on anything that sound good.
Yeah.
You know, so
well, he should be able to.
Should be. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I just feel like that's kind of been my strong point going throughout my career. Like if it sounds good to somebody, I want to rock with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just pretty much how that been.
So when did you first figure out that, you know what, I want to be an artist, I want to be a hip-hop artist? You know, about what age you found like, man, this is what I want to do? 'Cause I know you played basketball,
I played
basketball.
I played basketball, but I always wanted to be a rapper. Maybe like, I think when I heard First of the Month from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
You know
Everybody was rappers in.
when I heard that, it just did something to me. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Like, what the, like, that's hard. Like, whatever they doing, I don't know what that is. I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think just going further, getting older, going like middle school and stuff, I always wrote. I've been a writer. Like around that time, I was like trying to emulate Zero and Kiki's and all them, and always wrote. Still play basketball, always wrote. High school, really started getting serious with the writing. Didn't really let too many people know that I was a rapper, but I was heavy writing. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boys was recording and stuff like that, little karaoke. And in college, at that point, I knew that I was cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still wasn't really letting too many people hear. I wasn't really recording like that. Didn't even have no rap name. But I knew I was nice, and I knew, like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna probably make it to the NBA, but I think I'm gonna make some bread rapping. So, and then at that point, like, I started to let more people hear it. And the more and more I'm letting people hear it, they knowing me from a basketball player, but when they hearing it, I'm seeing people reactions. You know, and people reactions ain't just like, oh yeah, you killed that or something. Now people reactions like, bro, you ain't no rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so sophomore year in college, I go back, I come home, I think we had like a week off or something, we had basketball practice. I come home and Scarface shooting a video on my neighborhood. It's crazy. He's shooting a video on my neighborhood. He had a group called The Product, and our whole neighborhood out there. You know what I'm saying? And they on like an intermission, and they like a little house shooting video. And so I go up to the door, and I see they all in the house or whatever, just the people with them, and they around the turntables, just like rapping or whatever, won't let nobody in. So I go up to the door, and I'm like, try to walk in, and the street go like, nah, nobody come in. So I scream face like, hey man, tell him let me in. Keep in mind, I don't know him, you know what I'm saying? But the confidence in my voice was like, hey man, tell him let me in. And he let me in. It's like 10 of us, me and 10 of my partners, and they let nobody else in. So I come in, I'm nervous, man. I go by the turntable, just the table there around. They all standing around. So I go stand right here, Scarface standing right here. And they just around rapping. I mean, I just want to go in, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't right. Rap. At this point, I ain't trying to be.
This Scarface, you know what I'm
saying? I wasn't even, and I'm still playing basketball. I ain't really trying to rap like that. So they stand around the table, and I'm telling Scarface, look, he's like, nah, don't just come in here and look. Like, if you gonna come in here, rap. So I'm like, shit. So, man, I spit a verse I had been writing in school, and I swear, as I'm rapping and I'm looking at Scarface tapping his partner, and I'm my confidence on 10. Now I know I'm kid, so you know what I'm saying? And then when I was done, he was like, who you signed to? I was like, I ain't signed nobody. I play basketball. And he said, I ain't never seen you play basketball, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you got a 10 times better chance at making it in rapping than you do basketball. I ain't never played basketball again from that point. I went home, told mama, I'm done. I ain't going to school no more. This is what I'm gonna do. So I got their number. This is where the story get crazy. I got their number.
Not everybody gets a Scarface endorsement.
Man, but it get crazy, man. He told me to get his boy number, so I got his boy number. All right, didn't have Scarface number, I had his boy number, so I'm talking to him. Days going by, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, man, we're going to probably set up a studio session or something for you to come, whatever. So the next week or two, the Product album come out. The day they album came out, I'm calling dudes, like, cause I heard that, I went about that, I'm like, man, this shit hard, like, I'm finna come. I called the number, don't work. You know what I'm saying? Never heard from Scarface, never heard from the dude again. Never heard from him again. But I had already had everything I needed from Scarface telling me what he told me, so it didn't really matter. Like I'm 10 toes down in this shit now. This is what I'm doing.
Right.
So I jumped on the ground heavy, like start working on mixtapes, everything. Years later, I'm working on Ryan Slab, who I get a call from, Scarface. You know what I'm saying? He talking, I'm letting him hear the process of Ryan Slab. He in awe, you know what I'm saying? And he wanted to sign me. And I told him that story. He didn't remember that shit. Like, he didn't remember none of it. He didn't remember the little kid he seen you rap, all none of that shit. That shit was crazy. Right. And we ended up not doing the deal or whatever, because at that point, like, I always wanted to be like the Master P's and you know what I'm saying? I want to own my own shit. I always want to be like
independent, you know,
always,
be your own boss.
Always. So at that point, I had kind of already made a name. I had a little buzz or whatever going on. I was starting to see how the process working. I started considering myself like a businessman or whatever like that. So I didn't end up doing it, but our relationship built pretty strong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we even revisited, even talking about doing another deal during 7 Day Theory. That's just a close partner of mine now. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of respect, but that's really when I just dove in and want to be a rapper.
When, trying to sign you twice.
Scarface told me that. Yeah, man, it was that was crazy. Yeah, that was dope.
Man, one of the GOATs gave you an endorsement. Man. Very young in the game.
Man, that was crazy. That was like, once he said that, I was done. I was like,
that's all you need, right?
I ain't hooping no more. I'm like, hell no, I'm good. I already wanted to be a rapper, and I was already like writing every day. Like I was in class writing. That's always what I really wanted to do. It just was starting up. It was coming to me like, all right, this was my roommate that gave me my rap name at that point. He had just gave it to me like 3 weeks ago, because I used to always freestyle before the basketball games. He was like, man, you spin that 5, man. We calling you Propain. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And from there, it just tumbled down. When Scarface said that, I was like, shit, I'm Propain. I'm going. That's it. What happened and shit. It just took off.
Speaking of basketball, we gonna switch it to a little bit of sport.
Yeah.
I always see you on the Connect, y'all, man, when y'all get to talk about sports and stuff. You got your own opinion and everything.
Yeah.
All right, man. Basketball, who's the GOAT?
The GOAT? Oh, you watch Connect, you know what I'm finna say.
Go ahead. So many people ain't seen the Connect.
LeBron James is the GOAT, man.
What the hell?
LeBron James is. I'm gonna tell you what. All right.
Okay, yeah. Please tell us why.
Look at your boy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm with him though.
I'm finna break it down. I'm finna break it down.
Hey, Cameron, don't worry about the time on this. Let me get it off. All right, we about to go. Let's go.
I'm gonna break this down. All right, let's do it like this.
Please do.
Let's start it off. Michael Jordan.
Okay.
He is the greatest. He was the greatest. We're gonna say that he was the greatest.
This is so different. 6
championships, defensive player of the year, the best scorer. Okay. I give him all that. Unstoppable, dominated the game for his decades. He at a level we really haven't seen it been done. Mm-hmm. Okay, here comes this freaking nature kid, 6'8", 240.
Okay.
Can play all 5 positions. Can do everything Michael Jordan did, but he passed better. He a way better teammate, and he dominated the game more. I'm talking about the numbers wise. We just gonna go with numbers. He gonna lead with more points than him. He gonna lead with more rebounds than him. He gonna lead with more assists than him. He gonna lead with more blocks than him. He gonna have all that more than him. And yeah, Jordan 6 for 6 on the championship. But look how many times LeBron went to the finals, and Jordan never had to play against this super team over here. That LeBron did take down though. He have took him down. Yeah, nobody else probably gonna ever take him down. Now we have all that. So. On the court, Jordan may have a little edge.
Little.
But this is where he becomes the greatest.
Oh, you can come get in if you want to on this thing.
This is what LeBron becomes the greatest. LeBron is a symbol of hope for black people. LeBron married his high school sweetheart. LeBron has not got no trouble.
See, now he bringing all
He got no trouble. Look what he did for the black community. What the hell have Jordan did for the black community?
No argument on that one.
Nothing. He did nothing for the black community. Like LeBron really set a standard, but not just kids who want to be basketball players. He set a standard for black people in general. He is the symbol of hope, like for black people. I can't get past that part with him and Jordan, because it's like that shit matters too. You know what I'm saying?